I've watched people lose everything. Not their house, not their car, not the physical things we typically worry about. I mean their entire digital existence, their email, bank access, their social media history, their photos. Years of carefully built online relationships and accounts, all compromised by someone who used to know their passwords, or worse, who never needed to guess because the accounts were just sitting there, wide open. And here's the part that makes me genuinely angry. Almost every single one of these disasters could have been prevented with a simple free tool that most people skip, because it's kind of annoying. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, two-factor authentication, whatever you want to call it. It adds an extra step when you log in. Sometimes the code expires before you can type it in, and you have to request another one. It's not perfectly seamless. But you know what else isn't seamless? Rebuilding your entire digital identity from scratch because your ex decided to weaponize your old login credentials against you. This isn't hypothetical. One Iowa man described how his ex-wife accessed his online accounts without permission and then used what she found to threaten him, showing private information to his new girlfriend and holding it over his head. He was hiding on his own Reddit account, in his own life, because someone had access to digital spaces he thought were private. The Morrow law firm, which handles Florida divorce cases involving digital intrusion, notes that cyber hacking has become a genuinely common tactic during divorce proceedings. People accessing emails, social media, cloud storage, even GPS data from smartphones to gain leverage. Under Florida law, this is a felony. Under federal law, it potentially violates the Wiretap Act. Doesn't matter. People do it anyway, because the technical barrier is essentially zero when someone has been sharing your login credentials for years. Then there's the case of Leon Walker in Michigan, who faced up to 5 years in prison for logging into his wife's Gmail account using a password she'd written down in a book. The point here isn't about who was right or wrong, it's that digital access, once given, is extraordinarily hard to fully take back without the right protections in place. The specific horror of account compromise is that it snowballs. Someone gets into your email. From your email, they request password resets on your other accounts. From those accounts, they access your financial information, your private messages, your photos. Suddenly you're not dealing with one compromised account, you're dealing with a cascading collapse of your entire digital life. Restoring access is a bureaucratic nightmare that can take weeks or months. Many platforms are not helpful. I've seen people ultimately decide it's easier to create entirely new accounts, new email addresses, new social profiles, new everything, than to fight for the old ones. That's not a small inconvenience. That's a genuine loss of years of digital history, all because there was no second layer of protection requiring something only you physically possess. MFA works on a simple principle. Even if someone knows your password, they still can't get into your account without a second verification, usually a time-sensitive code sent to your phone. No phone access, no entry. It is genuinely that straightforward. Setting it up takes between 5 and 15 minutes per account. Here are the tools worth knowing. Google Authenticator. Free. Works offline and generates 6-digit codes that refresh every 30 seconds. Simple interface. Reliable. Authy. Does everything Google Authenticator does, but also backs up your tokens to the cloud. If you lose your phone, you're not completely locked out of your own life. Microsoft Authenticator. Integrates beautifully with Microsoft accounts but handles others just as well. For most regular people, Authy or Google Authenticator is the right answer. Pick one. Spend an afternoon enabling MFA on every account you care about and move on. If you're reading this in a stable, happy life, wonderful. Set up MFA anyway, right now, today, before you need it. But if you're navigating a difficult relationship transition, a divorce, or a serious breakup, move this up your priority list immediately. Do not wait for something bad to happen. The people who wish they had set up MFA are not the ones who found it mildly annoying. They're the ones who didn't, and paid a price that was completely avoidable. The extra 10 seconds per login is not the horror story. The horror story is everything that comes after you didn't take those 10 seconds. Set up MFA today, on your email first, then your banking apps, then everything else. It's mildly inconvenient in the best of times, and genuinely life-saving in the worst of them.